everyone, it's Jean from the Inky Owl Studio, and I am back again today with another craft along. So welcome to my channel if you're a first-time viewer, and welcome back. Um, I am going to just be working on my lighthouse and ocean-themed junk journal, and I'm just working on some ephemera. So today I am going to do a slide, a specimen slide, and I got these from my Porch Prints. And I got these little shells, so I printed them out twice, and it's really hard to find something seaworthy that can be the same on both sides pretty much, because that's kind of what you need, is something that has the same uniform shape so that you can put them back to back. Butterflies work really well for that, but this seashell I thought was really good. I did make one earlier, and I used this piece of coral, and two pieces, and I put them together. It may look like I put it in upside down, but actually I did this on purpose because I want to put an eyelet in here and put it on a string, but I didn't want to put it in here where it's so thin, so I had to reverse it, and I just put a number up here, and I might put one over there too. So anyways, I'll show you what I did, because it seems like no matter how careful you are to try to cut out the square in the middle, because this comes with a shape in here already, if you want to use that, but I took it out. But there's always this little overlapping white all the way around it that kind of shows through to the other side. And you know, it's like the old thing, you know, if you keep on cutting, pretty soon you ain't got no sides left. So of course I might cut this one a little tiny bit more, just a hair smidgen. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to really get in there, and give me some scrap paper here. I'm going to get in there and just really ink it kind of dark around those edges so that it'll kind of blend. It's kind of what I did the last time. And quick, like a bunny. Get that all down. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope spring is coming to you wherever you are. Kind of passed us by here in Florida, but it usually does. No, my daughter said it kind of had us light flurries up there in Michigan a couple days ago, and it's like, oh, that's no good. It's supposed to go the other way, right? All right, so that's dark enough to where I think any of the white will blend away. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. And the same with the shells is that because there will be some white, because, you know, even though you put in them back to back, they're not, of course, perfect. So I think this is the wrong color. I think this is my tea dye. And what I really want is the vintage ink. Yeah, that's what I really want. It's the vintage ink. And my other little shell here. I'll just ink this up here. Hope I can stay in camera. So it's working out pretty good. Oh, I was too far up. It's working out pretty good, this new setup where I'm sitting down. It is a lot easier on my back. That is for certain. And I'm just going to get in here, ink around here. I hope you're working on something fun today. I do have some sad news. About probably a month ago, I took pictures of our sandhill crane family, and they had two little babies, and they were little chicks, and they were so cute. And they're really very sociable. They walk across my yard a couple times a day. as they go down through the neighborhood looking for their grub to eat. But they lost a baby. They only have one now. And it's just really kind of sad. But that is nature, isn't it? That is nature. Somebody else has to eat. But at least they got the one, and he's big enough to where I think he'll be fine. All right, now I get some little pieces of acetate that I've cut out. Make sure they don't have a lot of dust on them. And then put these two little guys together. So I've noticed that Fabri-Tac is getting really hard to find lately. I have a feeling that people who don't have a sewing machine or who can't sew are making masks with Fabri-Tac, which makes sense. You know, it's a fabric glue, but I had a hard time finding it recently, and I did secure a bottle. I need at least one. And it's probably going to go up in price too. So I put a little dot on there just to hold it into the acetate, and being that it's glitter glue, it will eventually fade away, or dry clear. And I'll just put on the second little guy. Oh, he got so dusty. I'm trying to clean him off. There we go. There. Let's put these two together. He's still kind of dusty though. Alright. So that'll keep it from slipping inside. And then make sure he fits in there. Inside the slide, that fits pretty good. Okay, I may have to trim the bottom off just a tad. There we go. Oops, that's right. We want to put the fat area up on top. Okay, let's see. Trim again. Just little by little. All right. I think that'll work okay. It'll do. All right. So get in here and glue it in here. So these slides are actually, they're from My Porch Prints, but they're her Halloween kind of Halloweenish kind of slides. And but the frames are just fine. They're very vintage looking, so even though it came with skulls and pumpkins and that kind of stuff and crows, I just cut that out. Whoops. Actually, I'm also going to have to glue it over here. They are a little fiddly, I have to say, but not too bad. There we go. Yay. Let me squeeze that down there so it takes. So yeah, I think I'm going to put grommets in here and then kind of hang them from a pocket or something. I haven't really decided exactly how I'm going to do it, but something of that nature. I just thought they'd be kind of fun to have inside there. Okay, so there's my little slide. So I have the little coral and I have the little seashell. See, the coral, the glue's already dried and you can't see it anymore, the dots I put on there. So these are all set to go in my journal. Now, I've decided to, I wanted to do some collages with some Mrs. Coggs lovely prints here of the ocean themed type of things. Really like these. Love this one. So, which one should I start with? And I also grabbed a bunch of quotes that I want to use in the journal. Let's see here. Oh, here's one. The sea always filled her with longing, though for what she never was sure. All right, maybe this one. I kind of like this one here for that quote. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Does she look like she's longing? She looks a little longing too. Oh, there's two of them there. Telling his stories. All right, why don't we go with this one here? And I stitched around them ahead of time. And I also printed out some of these really cool ship tickets. Let's see, we've also got these two here for tickets. Yep, I kind of like this one here. So let's just tear this out here a little bit. So my husband's parents actually immigrated here right after the war and came over on a ship. She always tells me how sick she was and how long the trip was. And his brother was only like a year old, something like that. And it was, I don't know how many days, 3 or 4 days. I forget how long it was. But yeah, went to the Statue of Liberty. That's where she first set foot on the shores. Alrighty. Okay, I don't think I want this part here. Yes, I found my fabric tack glue at an Etsy shop. Because the Amazon was all sold out of it. And some of the sellers in other locations wanted like $18 for 8 ounces. And I'm going like, ow, that hurts. So I've been very careful as I've used it because I feel like I'm only using it when I really need to use it for fabric. Because I just don't know. All right, let's see. There's the pockets there. Very good. Okay, might put a little bit down here. There, very nice. And now we've got this little quote here. But I also want to put some other stuff in there. So let's just see what we've got here. Let's see what else we got. All right. I do want to get some stitching on here. So we'll see. Well, I might do that. Okay, maybe I don't want the shell. All right, let's do that there. Get rid of the shell. And you know what? That just might be all I need. The thing about doing the collage is that oftentimes I will do, you know, some of it, and then I'll just come back another day like, oh, it needs one more thing, and what will that be? So don't always feel like you have to finish collage the first time you sit down to do it, because you'll be surprised after a little time what you might think about it. So now I've got that, and now I do have some tags done and sewn around, but they are kind of big. I might not have a tag to fit that right now. Yeah, I'm going to have to get some smaller tags, which I can do. I can make those up. So kind of like this one a lot, and wondering what quote would go with him and her. Or well, there's a quote here from Moby Dick. Then all collapsed, and the great shroud of the sea rolled on as it rolled 5,000 years ago. Yeah, like a story. You know what? I think I am going to use that one. That's kind of cool. It's kind of like maybe a story-like type of, like he's spinning a yarn. Like he is spinning a yarn. Kind of like that idea. So let's do one more here. Oops, let's put it a little better there. And we'll do one more here. Okay. It's a little bit bigger of a picture, and maybe this time this map looks kind of cool. That looks kind of neat. So I've also got, I got this pretty print out, and I've also got, let's see, this, excuse me, this right here. I got these prints out as well. This can kind of be a background. Oh shit, that's probably too busy. Yeah, I kind of like this. I think this would look really well. So this would look nice too. Kind of like a lot of gold in her. Yeah, it picks up her gold a lot, doesn't it? So yeah, I think I will go ahead. I've been thinking about the cover. Haven't really decided all the way on the cover yet. One thing I have decided, and it's going to be a soft cover. So So it's going to be out of fabric. That much I have definitely decided on. Alright. Okay. Alright, now it needs a little bit more, of course. This is not quite enough. Not quite enough. Yeah, let's see. Can I get up there? Oh, this is interesting. Maybe not so much, you know. Might look like he's trying to pick them up. Which he probably is. All right. Let's see. And need something a little seaworthy in there. That, or perhaps maybe we can put a shell in there. Maybe we can do a shell. All right. Well, I am definitely going to do this pocket over here, so let's get that one done. So let's put this guy in. Yeah, probably going to have to come back to these two collages here. Like I say, I do this quite often. It kind of depends. You know, some days I see it all immediately, and other days it just takes a little bit more time for me to totally capture it in my head. And I don't want to bore you either, because it does take, you know, a little bit more time to complete it than what I'm doing here. I want a number, but I just don't seem to have the right number to put there. Now I could use one of these from my last journal. Pretty sure this is where the picture's going to go. So let's just go ahead and get that in there. I know one thing I will be coming back with these is putting little bunches of fabric here and there. Definitely I will be doing that. I just have to get them sewn up. Get my little snippets and clusters sewn up. So there we go. That gets put there. Alrighty. So those are the two ones that I have here so far. And I think I might be putting a seashell in here. But you know, I really probably should get a whale. Oh, that would be really great. I think I've got a tag, card that can be a whale. Oh, that's exactly what I'm going to do, is put a whale in there. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So I got these two, and I will need a little bit more time to probably finish it out, but we'll get there. And so I will continue to work on this. I will pause here. Well, I didn't want to leave you until I showed you the finished project, leave you hanging out there. So this is the two collages I've got with a little, excuse me, I'm sorry, with a pocket up here and a pocket over here. Added some fabric. And anyway, so that's that for today. Thank you so much for joining me. And I so appreciate the comments. I read every single one of them, and it's just giving me a lot of encouragement. So I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, so I can see you again back here. Thanks a lot for watching, and you have a great rest of your day. Bye.